right, yes, a beautiful morning to all and welcome to another moment talking sport right here on your number one star. This is Business and Politics TV, and the program is P&B Sport. Today, we'll be looking at a whole lot in the Wednesday's edition of P&B Sport, starting from the African terrain. We'll be looking at the All-African Games as Nigeria sits second in the medal table, while also the Ghana friendly with Nigerian Super Eagles. Thomas Partey, the Ghanaian captain, would not be featuring in the friendly. As we also be seeing that a lot of line-ups for the coaching crew of the coaching job of the Nigerian Super Eagles are Sunday Onisi, Aminike, and Austin Egwabo, all are having intentions to become the next Super Eagles gaffer. And out of the shores of Nigeria, we travel to Cameroon, where one man has been in the news since the week started, talking about one of the Cameroonian players who claimed to be 17 years old. And this time around, his club has come to back the stand that yes, he is 17 years old, and will travel out to Europe to tell you that in the UEFA Champions League, Napoli are out of the UEFA Champions League after suffering a 4-2 defeat on aggregate against Barcelona. Meanwhile, Arsenal, for the first time in more than 13 years, they are back to the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals since the last 2009-2010 season. This is the first time, and don't forget that season the same Mikel Arteta was captaining Arsenal to the quarterfinals where they lost out. Well, there's even more right here on your number one dial. We'll be right back for more details. Alright, welcome back, and glad to know you're with us. Don't forget we're streaming live on YouTube. Now let's quickly go straight to the African terrain, starting with Angola, as they have been confirmed that they will be hosting the men's continental basketball championship known as the Afro Basketball, scheduled to take place in August 2025. Now Angola beats Morocco and Egypt, who are also in the running to host the continent's most prestigious senior men's basketball tournament known as the Afro Basket, as Afro Basket returns to Angola for the first time since 2007 and the fourth time overall, having previously hosted it 3 times in 1989, 1999 and in 2007. The Angolans won the championship on every occasion. They hosted the tournament. The 2025 Afro Basketball will bring together 16 of the best African teams. Congratulations to them, and we just hope that this time around they make a quadruple out of this hosting. Well, let's drive us straight to the Nigerian contingent out there in Ghana. Still Nigeria move to second spot in the medals table behind Egypt, who are running away with many gold medals across many events at the 13th African Games. Now reports coming in from Ghana is that Egypt maintains the lead with a significant 85 medals, 48 gold medals, 19 silver and 18 bronze, while Nigeria surpassed both Algeria and South Africa to secure the second place position. Algeria sits closely behind Nigeria in 10th place with 15 golds, followed by South Africa with 4th with 12 gold medals. Host nation Ghana remains in 10th position with just 1 gold medal and 3 silver medals. Meanwhile, Team Nigeria has amazed 22 gold medals already as at the time of filing this report. Meanwhile, Nigeria weightlifting continent were dominance in the weightlifting event as two lifters won 6 more medals competing in day 4 of the weightlifting event. Ruth Ayodele and also Joy Eze won 3 gold medals each in the 64 and 71 categories classes respectively. So far, Nigeria has won a total of 20 medals in the weightlifting event, comprising of 15 golds, 2 silver and 3 bronze. Alright, we leave that shows. Let's quickly go straight to Nigerian representative in the CAF Confederation Cup. Rivers United has been handed a tough opposition in the league with the quarter-final draws which were conducted on Tuesday afternoon in Cairo, Egypt. Witnessed the pride of Rivers being drawn against the USM Algiers of Algeria. Rivers finished second behind Dream FC of Ghana in Group A despite securing a 2-1 win over the same team in the final group game. The Nigerian side will host the first leg on the 31st of March at the Gospel Apabio Stadium in Uyo, while the second leg will take place a week later in Algiers. Meanwhile, let's leave that shot. We go straight back to Ghana, where the Black Stars of Ghana and the Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey, who is the captain, is to miss friendly with Nigerian Super Eagles. Now the Uganda despite being fit. Reports coming in is that Black Stars are expected to return to action for the first time since the 2023 African Cup of Nations tournament this month. The Black Stars are still be taking on Nigerian Super Eagles and Cranes of Uganda as part of effort to prepare for the continuation of the qualifiers of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Meanwhile, Arsenal midfielder the enforcer only recently recovered fully from his injury that saw him spend as many as 4 good months out on the sidelines. Alright, we leave that show. Let's come back to Nigeria this time around. We go straight to the Nigerian Super Eagles camp, where former Super Eagles players Emmanuel Amunike and Samuel Siasia are among over 20 indigenous and foreign coaches who have applied for the position of head coach for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Now the reports coming in is that the Nigerian Football Federation had last week declared the positions back and following expiration of former coach Joseph Pacero's deal in February. A portal for submission of interested coaches to replace the Portuguese tactician was open on the Federation's website. According to the prompt news coming in, former head coach of Tanzania and national team and ex-FIFA Under-17 World Cup winning team coach Emmanuel Amunike, a Yimba FC head coach and a Pasero assistant coach New George, and former Super Eagles handler Sunday Olise are among those who have indicated interest in becoming the next Super Eagles coach. Others include former Flying Eagles and Super Eagles coach Samson Siasia, ex-Super Eagles assistant coach Sylvanus Okpala, US Under-16 national team coach Michael Sien, and former Super Eagles goalkeeper Ndubisi Ego, who is the first Nigerian coach to win a league in Europe in 2019 and 2020 season in Albania, and former Indomitable Lions of Cameroon coach Antonio Koscielny, who has been on fire earlier this week, as he says a lot of coaches are insulting him, including Mikel Arteta of Arsenal. NFF would name a coach to lead the Nigerian Super Eagles in April ahead of the World Cup qualifiers in June. Alright, let's quickly leave that show. Let's go travel straight to Cameroon this time around. It's going to be our last bus stop in Africa as Cameroonian club Victoria United has defended Wilfred Nathan Bwala after the midfielder was accused of fake cheating. Now the 17 years old was a surprise inclusion in the Indomitable Lions squad for the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Bwala is among the 62 players who have been suspected from the domestic league by Cameroon's Football Federation for double identification or age fraud. Bwala did not feature at this year's National Cup Finals, Nations Cup Finals, where Cameroon were knocked out in the last 16 by eventual runners-up Nigeria. Yet after being called up upon coach Robert Song, there was much comment on social media about whether Bwala was really a teenager when the pictures of the player first surfaced. His inclusion in the squad in Ivory Coast could lead the 5-time African champions have been banned from future tournaments if his registration is proved to have been falsified. Meanwhile, the Nations Cup relegation states that if a fraud or a forgery has been committed, the national association concerned will be suspended from participation in the following 2 editions of the Continental Showpiece. For any administrative error in the registration of players, the National Association concerned will be suspended from the next edition. And the rules are that Sports Africa BBC also contacted the Federation of Africa Football CAF for comment while Fake Food has not responded to their email and sent to the communication department. Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be going straight to Europe, and we'll be starting with a coach who has been sacked by one of the Spanish team. He left the English team, he left the English part of coaching to go back to his homeland, Spain, to go and continue coaching. By the end of the day, he has gotten the 8th sacking in his career after coaching 8 different clubs in his career. We'll tell you who that person is when we come back. Don't forget, this is P&B Sport, and my name is Little Musa. We'll be right back. Alright, and welcome back. Now let's quickly dive straight to Spain, in the capital city of Ceuta. Yes, Ceuta Vigo have sacked manager Rafael Benitez after less than 9 months. The former Liverpool and Chelsea boss Benitez, who is 63 years old, joined the La Liga side on the 23rd of June last year and departs after winning just 5 games of his 28 league matches in charge of Ceuta Vigo. He leaves the club 17th in the Spanish top flight league, sitting outside of a relegation zone by just 2 points. It was Benitez's first managerial role since being sacked by Premier League side Everton in January 2022, and it had 3 games in all competition. Ceuta managed just 9 wins, 3 of which were against the lower division side in the Copa del Rey. His final game with Ceuta was a 4-0 defeat to another of his former club, Real Madrid, on Sunday. A club statement read that, and I quote, Rafael Benitez and his staff leave RC Ceuta de Vigo after 8 months of absolute dedication and total commitment, but in which the team has not obtained the result expected by the club. Now this man has actually coached about 8 teams, including Liverpool, Real Madrid, Villarreal, Inter de Milan, among a host of others, making it the 8th time he has been sacked by 8 different clubs. But the man has had most successful career. His most successful career was in Liverpool when he won the Champions League and also a 3-time Premier League title in his shirts. Congratulations to the man, and we also, football fans, wish him those luck elsewhere. Now let's go to Saudi Arabia this time around. A long journey for us today as we travel around the globe. We drop at Saudi Arabia Pro League this time, where the side Al Hilal have broken the world record for the most consecutive win by a top flight team. Tuesday's 2-0 win over Al Ittihad in the Asian Champions League was the 28th victory in a row for Al Hilal, while Saudi Arabia's most decorated team it surpassed the 27th straight wins by world side at the new center in 2016. Meanwhile, Al Hilal, whose players include former Fulham forward Alexander Mitrovic, have won every game since their 1-1 run with Denmark on the 21st of September 2023. Now, ex-Wolves midfielder Robin Neven also plays for Al Hilal, as does Brazil forward Neymar, who joined from Paris Saint-Germain last summer in a deal understood to be worth about 19 million euros, approximately 77.6 million pounds, plus odds on. However, Neymar has been out with a serious knee injury since October. Congratulations to the Saudi Arabian team. Now let's come back to Spain. This time around, we've traveled straight to Camp Nou, the Catalans, where we have Barcelona sitting top as they reach the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time in 4 years with an entertaining victory over Napoli. Fernando Lopez and João Cancelo put Barcelona on their way at the Estadio de Montjuic, but the hosts were made to work hard by the Italians side, who pulled one back through Amir Rahmani. A back and forth encounter was eventually settled by Poland striker Robert Lewandowski's close-range finisher, and with 7 minutes of normal time remaining following Lewandowski opening, Barcelona landed a mighty 1-2 punch on Napoli with 2 goals in 3 minutes. First, 20-year-old midfielder Lopez took his first chance to impress on the big stage as he struck home a side-footed finisher on the 15th after 15 minutes after Lewandowski drilled Rafinha's low cross. Now, former Leeds winger Rafinha was also at the center of Barcelona's second leading counter-attack and calling a shot off at the post before Manchester City Luni Cancelo scored from the rebound. Now Barcelona, however, carried momentum and Napoli pulled one back after half hour when Kosovan centre-back Rahmani ventured forward to slaughter past Marc-Andre ter Stegen following a cutback from the right. Now Napoli pushed hard but eventually made an equalizer and missed the best chances with 10 minutes remaining as Jesper Lindström sent a free header wide from safe yard. Alright, we leave that short. We could dive straight to Arsenal in England. Where on the match of the 9th of March 2010, approximately exactly, should we say 15 years, Nicholas Bentner scored a penalty to seal his hat-trick in a 5-0 Arsenal win over Porto in the UEFA Champions League, as the Gunners confirmed the place in the quarterfinals by overturning a first-leg deficit. It is exactly 14 to 15 years now and 3 days exactly, but Arsenal are back in the UEFA Champions League last 8 with FC Porto again pulling them out. Penalties in second leg comeback once again in the script. This time it was not a penalty score who took the headlines about the penalty saver with David Raya denying Porto twice a 4-2 shootout victory. Arsenal had recovered from the last gaps 1-0 loss in Portugal, with Leonardo Trozza's goal forcing extra time in tie, often high on tension but low on quality. But when Raya flew to his left to stop the Lions penalty, it sparked a release of unbridled joy in Emirates Stadium, nearly a decade and a half in the making. It has been 14 years with 3 days inclusive, which is a long time for a club like Arsenal, and it shows how difficult it was. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says, and he continues to say, he could remember when he was in the shorts 14 years ago as the captain of that particular team when the last played the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Well, congratulations to the team, and we just hope that the next draw that will be coming up this week, Friday, which is on Friday, we get to see how Arsenal will continue. Well, Arsenal have made a Sporting Lisbon's Sweden forward Victor Gyökeres, 25-year-old number 1 striker target this summer. The former Coventry player has an £85 million release clause in his contract. Now we're going straight to transfer scene, where Liverpool have told Barcelona that Colombia winger Luis Diaz is a part of the club's long-term plans and will not be for sale this summer. Meanwhile, Arsenal and Liverpool are both interested in ancient Frankfurt and Ecuador central back William Pacho, and Arsenal's 24-year-old English winger Ross Nelson has emerged as a top summer target for Brighton. Meanwhile, Manchester United won £1.3 million for English forward Mason Greenwood, who is 22 years old, who has spent the rest of the season loan at Getafe in Spain, and an unnamed club from Saudi Arabia has expressed an interest in signing Greenwood. Manchester United are trying to bring former Newcastle midfielder Mikel Merino back to England. The Spanish international plays in Real Sociedad and is enjoying life there, but despite interest from Juventus and AC Milan, it is Aston Villa who are in pole position to sign Atletico Madrid defender Mario Hermoso, who is 28 years old in a free transfer this summer. Now Chelsea might be looking to offload several stars of the season, including England forward Raheem Sterling, West Ham, and monitoring Sporting Lisboa and Portugal attacking midfielder Pedro Goncalves, who is 25 years old and has a contract with Sporting until June 2027 and has a £68 million release clause in his neck. Meanwhile, Manchester City in the Etihad Stadium are in talks to extend that one-year-old German goalkeeper Stefan Ortega's contract for at least 1 year. Manchester City and England defender Kyle Walker says that he will be interested in a lucrative move to Saudi Arabia, though is not ready to leave the Premier League at the moment. And meanwhile, Mauricio Sarri, the former Chelsea boss, has resigned as Lazio's manager willingly after Monday's 2-1 home defeat by Udinese and left his team 7 points from Atlanta, who sit in Italy's Europa Conference League place. Now Fulham and Nottingham Forest are interested in Bologna and Scotland attacking midfielder Lewis Ferguson, who has scored 6 Serie A goals in the season. And Brighton's Scottish midfielder Mark Leonard is wanted by Preston, Plymouth and also Swansea City. So these are the stories coming in from the rumors of this beautiful morning. Now let's quickly go straight to telling you fixtures of matches that will be coming down later tonight in the Wednesday night football, starting from 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time, or should I say local time. FC Bournemouth in the English Premier League will be taking on SC Luton by 7:45, by 7:30 p.m. by 8 p.m. Atletico Madrid will host Inter de Milan in the UEFA Champions League, and Borussia Dortmund will slug it out with PSV and then 8 p.m. simultaneously in the UEFA Champions League. Now this is how it goes down later tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow the Europa League and also the Europa Conference League will be showing down. My name is Ruben Musago RMJ, and I'm saying thank you very much for being part of the sports show this beautiful morning. Don't forget, by 12 noon we will come your way with news analysis where a lot of stories will be bouncing in, especially that of the suspension of the Senator Abdul Mingi. These and more on news analysis with the one and only Omar Peace of Seminary. You have a pleasant week ahead of you, and make sure you stay out of trouble. Bye for now.